Hey guys, this is Derekus, and this right here is Channel Zapped. Today I'm going to be reviewing Naruto 667. The title of this one is The End of Youthful Days. Um, yeah, this was a pretty okay chapter. All things all things considered, looking at last week's chapter and the week before, this was pretty much it was okay. Um, we have a couple of players now on the field. Um, well, new players have joined. Um, but before we get there, to the where we left off with Guy arriving last issue. We're going to start with Orochimaru and Team Hawk arriving on the scene to find the mysterious foot person, soldier, mystery guy, and it ends up being Kabuto. Yeah. So, yeah, evidently Kabuto has escaped the special genjutsu that um, Itachi placed him under, and he's out now, and lo and behold, because this is Naruto, he's changed size, he's found Jesus, and he's doing the good works, because now he's healing Sasuke, and he has no interest in Sasuke's body. That's Orochimaru's job. Um, yeah, that was that reveal was meh. I feel like it's a little too soon to bring Kabuto back into the field. Honestly, I would have been perfectly happy with just leaving him there, in the cave, in the Genjutsu. That would have been a perfect. It's one of those things where there are certain characters where if something happens, they're taken off or they're defeated, but there's a chance of them possibly coming back. This is one of those cases where I think Kabuto would have been better served, um, with us not knowing what happened to him. I think it would have been great. It would have been one of those great. Oh, what happened to Kabuto? What do you think happened after the story wrapped up? And I didn't really need to see that he changed his life around. He turned his life around. Because quite frankly, I wasn't interested. Um, he was cool, for a while. I thought he had some potential, but the way he ended up going, what his character became, he just wasn't that interested or interesting, to me in the long run. So when he ended up becoming a sage, and he did that by way of stealing Orochimaru's chakra. Um, I don't know. It was just, to me, it was cheating. So, and at that point, it was just one of those things where I was like, I'm just not that interested in you anymore. Because while it would have been cool if he was stealing somebody else's chakra, um, to become a greater person, to become better, a more a threat. Um, Hell, let's be honest, that's what Orochimaru was for. So he's just a second-rate Orochimaru, honestly. So yeah, we already had one. Don't need another. But he came back. He's helping Sasuke. He's healing him. Um, and we see that he got a little bit of advice though from the second Hokage, who's just laying there still on the ground, just like he's like, yeah, I talked to him. I gave him some pointers. I don't have nothing else to do. I'm kind of pinned to the ground right now. So nothing much happened there. Kabuto turned his life around. Yeah, that's all there is there. Then we cut back to the scene with Madara fighting Kakashi. Well, picking up where we left off last week. Um, Guy just arrived. Um, Gara is still there. Minito is still there. Um, the fourth Hokage, Kakashi. Yeah, they're all there. And Guy just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna go team. We're gonna fight. Um, and he activates the seventh gate. The blue steam comes up. Then he just rushes in, and he looked like he was gonna put boot to ass to Madara, but like so many characters for the past, seems like God, 100 issues now. You don't just put boot to Madara's ass. It just doesn't happen. It's a bad idea. And the guy came in. He was going to do his fancy tiger thingy. Tiger was going to come up, arg, and get him. And Madara was having no part of it. So when the smoke cleared, Guy was stretched out on the ground. And I just looked at him. And, it was just one of those things where you're like, it's a damn shame what happened to Guy. He didn't have to get laid out like that. But he did. So that was pretty funny. We learned something about Minito also. While he does have... he is a sage also. I guess technically he's a sage. He evidently didn't get as far as Naruto or Jiraiya did in terms of mastering the technique. So, of all the sage users we've seen thus far, he's actually the weakest one. I'm okay with that. And he even comes out and said, he's like, I never even used this in battle before. He was like, it's just I can't maintain it. So I can just, he'll just call it up. And evidently he struggles even with that. Evidently it takes a while for him to do that, which is great. I like the idea that he isn't, the master of all things. Because honestly, that's what the second Hokage and, I guess technically it would probably be the third Hokage, because he was the one who knew almost every technique in the village. I guess it's other than space-time. I haven't seen Sarutobi use space-time jutsu, and I have no reason to believe he can, honestly. So, yeah, but, it's nice to see the fourth. There's something that he can't do, because he evidently he can use the Nine Tails. But then again, the man's dead. He could probably do anything he wants, to a degree. So, I don't know. I'm probably rambling a bit there on the fourth Hokage, but all in all, there wasn't really much going on there. The fourth, he's practically useless right now. He's probably good for just moral support, and he wouldn't even make a very good cheerleader, because the man has no arms. Can't be a cheerleader if you don't have any arms. So, all in all, I think this was a pretty good chapter. We got. Oh, I didn't bring up the fact that Rock Lee jumps in and saves Guy when he's laid out on the ground. So that was pretty cool. And Guy pretty much asked, "Where's 10-10? We got to know where 10-10 is." We really don't, but evidently she's off panel somewhere. She's trying to check on something. So whatever that means, she's probably going to pull a Shikamaru, come up with some brilliant plan or something. Can't say that she can't do it, because I haven't seen any evidence one way or the other of what 1010 is really capable of. So, and in terms of Kakashi, the Rasengan that hit him, it didn't really hit him because Kakashi teleported it away to the other dimension. So Kakashi's new name should be Infinite Chakra Kakashi. I don't know where he got his upgrade from, but you know, he's doing some things that he hasn't done before. And that's using the hell out of his Sharingan, his Mangekyo Sharingan, and just he's using it. I'm like, he's not laid up, he's not in the hospital, because that used to be the running joke. Whenever Kakashi got serious, he ends up in the hospital. He wins, but he's in the hospital. Not the case here, but yeah, my favorite moment in this book still has to go back to the second Hokage, just chilling on the ground, just like, sup? Yeah, I'm still here. So next week we're gonna see, probably, maybe, if we don't cut to someone else, Guy opening the 8th gate, meaning, well, as far as it's told in the past, he's gonna die. And he has to die because nobody has chakra to heal anybody right now other than Kabuto. And maybe Obito. Yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, guys, that was it for this week. All in all, it was an okay chapter. Wasn't bad, wasn't great, wasn't bad, wasn't good. It just was. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.